Do you believe that vaccinations should be mandated? Or that schools, if they're faith based and receiving funding from the government, need to follow the beliefs of the government versus the beliefs of the religion? Or do you believe that faith based hospitals should be required to perform medical procedures and distribute drugs that are outside of the dictates of their religion? Or do you believe that these same faith-based organizations should be required to follow the same procedures that secular organizations follow when they hire people, even if they're outside, again, of the norms of the faith of that faith-based organization? You see, the secular Democrats of America, who were a pack for Joe Biden in this most recent presidential election, they believe all that stuff. They think all that's true. And my name's Chris Smith, and this is Voice of the Unwoke. You see, this pack for Joe Biden, they think that all the funding that comes from the government, all of the funding that comes from the government, needs to be going to evidence-based, non-sectarian, non-discriminatory organizations. That's the way they said it. So if you go to a Catholic hospital, or if you are a Catholic hospital, you can expect that if you're getting any funding from the government, you will be required to now do abortions, distribute birth control. You can say that if you're a school and you're faith-based, then now you'll be required to teach evolution. You'll be required to teach birth control and sex education in the way the government says you should be teaching it, rather than abstinence. You can expect that as a parent, that eventually you will be required to vaccinate your children, even with vaccinations that you might see as being dangerous for that child and their health, or you, because of your religious beliefs, do not believe in giving your child. These secular Democrats of America, they state that all tax dollars should not be funneled into contractors or grantees, people receiving grants that discriminate on the basis of religion, or to programs that promote a sectarian agenda such as private religious schools, crisis pregnancy centers, or abstinence sex education. They should get no money. Taxpayer dollars, according to their beliefs, shouldn't be given to anyone that teaches abstinence. Taxpayer dollars, according to their beliefs, should not be given to any hospital that promotes saving a child's life, or an organization that promotes saving a child's life versus an abortion, or any organization that hires people to work within that organization that won't hire them if the norms of their life don't fit in with the norms of the beliefs of that organization. If you won't hire them because they don't believe or act or behave in a way that would be part of the normative of your society, you can't get any government funding at all. All of your tax dollars, according to them, need to be given away in this way. And they'll only go to things that are worldly. They'll only go to people who put tax dollars into something other than faith-based things. I mean, is that what you want? Is that what you're looking for in a government? Is that the America that you want to live in? That your tax dollars, even though you're a faith-based person, even though you believe in God, you believe in a world that was created, you believe in the sanctity of life, even though you believe that some of these vaccines that are out there are unsafe for your child in the way they're currently being given. Do you believe that because you have these beliefs, you shouldn't be getting any funding from the government at all? And they keep stating over and over and over again in their papers, these secular Democrats of America state over and over and over again that tax dollars only need to be given. Government support only needs to be given to things that they say are reasonable, science-based, and evidence-based. And they state over and over and over again that they believe that religion is unreasonable and should be excluded because of its unreasonable beliefs that God is the one in charge, and we need to be basing our lives on the truth of that and what He said our life should be. And they say that there's no evidence for this God, even though that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, they spent some people say $11 million. Some people say $40 million. Somewhere in between. They spent that much money on impeaching a president twice now with no real evidence that he should be impeached. But if you're faith-based and you're trying to get one dime from the government, forget about it. It's not going to happen. This is the voice of the unwoke. You know, we're trying to give a voice to people that don't have a voice right now. You may or may not agree with me. If you don't agree with me, then contact me. Just hit me down below with a comment, or email me at voice.of.the.unwoke@gmail.com. And let me know what you think. If you like what we're saying here, if you want to be a part of the conversation, please hit that subscribe button that's down there. If you like what I have to say here, hit the like button. But what we're trying to do is create a conversation between people that may or may not agree with each other, so that we can become a voice for the unwoke.